Good morning, everyone. Today is my pleasure to present a topic about constrictive pericarditis. For the beginning, this is the description of the ESC, but I want all of you notice that the constrictive pericarditis is a condition in which the patient loses pericardial elasticity, consequently restrict their ventricular filling, and it usually in chronic condition. Sometimes it becomes transition and subacute. An outcome variant has been described in ESC guideline. So I will show you right here is the figure of the anatomy of the pericardium and the image of it when become pericarditis. On the right side, we can see the pericardium is outside of our heart, and when it uh, become inflammatory, it thicken pericardium and restrict our heart movement. So this is my case study. A 91 years old male patient with history of tuberculosis for 20 years ago. He come with us with a chest complaint in paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea and coughing up with frothy muscle and cardiopulmonary examination with most around in the both lungs. And his laboratory test with the kidney function, the hepatic function is slightly increased, and the cardiac enzyme he has the proBNP is increased to about 4,000, and the remaining one is the TNT and CKMB is in normal range. The CBC shows that is all the index is normal, and the inflammatory marker like CRP or PCT is normal too. So come to the first imaging test is echocardiography of this patient. We have the long axis view and the four chamber views of the patient. So what indexes do you want to assess more while doing an echo in this patient? Firstly, in my opinion, we need to assess all the indexes regularly. But when we see the abnormal movement of the heart on echo like that, I think we should focus on 7 things, include the septal motion, the mitral ratio E/A, the mitral DT, the mitral inflow respiratory variant, the hepatic vein Doppler, the mitral subannulus E-comma, and the mitral lateral one, and the ventricular septal strain. So in this patient, we have the mitral septal annulus E, and the mitral lateral E, right here. We can see the E, of the septal is 8.2 and is more than 7, and I think it's normal, slightly degree but still in normal range. And the mitral lateral E, is 6.6, and we can see right here with the respiratory variation is make the E, is more is variation with the respiratory, and we can see the image of flow reversal right here, as this is a patient IVC. So what is the feasible diagnosis and differential diagnosis of this patient? What imaging test you want to order to distinguish? So the feasible diagnosis is constrictive pericarditis, and my differential diagnosis is a restrictive cardiomyopathy. So as I talked on the previous slide, we have the 7 indices to think of the patient. It's the septal motion, the mitral E/A ratio, the mitral DT, the mitral inflow respiratory variation, the hepatic vein Doppler, and the edema of the septal and the lateral wall, and the ventricular septal strain. So you can see right here with the restriction cardiomyopathy, the, the muscle of the heart is in the disorder. So we can see the all the mitral each and E to A ratio is light constrictive pericarditis, that is with the same DT time, but because of the constrictive pericarditis condition, your heart is marked with your lungs, and when you have the respiratory variation, your heart will pump variation too. So, and the hepatic band Doppler and the edema of the septal, because the septal is a bit in the center of the heart, so it's usually normal in constrictive but not in restriction. And the lateral is the outside of the heart, so it have is effect of the constrictive pericarditis, so it's usually lower than septal than the septal edema, and easily to see that the ventricular septal strain is reduced in the restrictive cardiomyopathies, because it is the condition of that disease, and is, yes, we can see that usually normal in the constrictive one. And the feasible diagnosis is constrictive pericarditis. We can use the other imaging stats to exclude the diagnosis is restrictive. So we can use the EKG, the chest X-ray, the cardiac catheterization, the CT or CMR. So the next question is, what is the treatment for this patient? So according to ESC 2015 about the constrictive pericarditis, we need to use a miracle therapy for two main points. The first one is for specific etiology of the pericarditis. The second one is only solves the symptom of the transition CP, and it may improve the symptom of the congestion of the patient, in which includes a contraindication for surgery. And pharmacology treatment should never delay the surgery if it is feasible. So if the patient has the surgery indication, let him go to the lab to start the surgery. Don't use the pharmacology treatment to delay that. Remember. So before ending my presentation, I have the take-home message. The first one is constrictive pericarditis is a condition of the pericardium results in loss of the pericardial elasticity, leading to the restriction in the ventricular filling. The second one is we diagnose the constrictive pericarditis and distinguish from the restrictive cardiomyopathy by the echocardiography with several indices: septal motion, mitral E ratio EA, mitral DT, mitral inflow respiratory variation, hepatic vein Doppler, the mitral septal annulus edema, and the lateral one, ventricular septal strain. The third one is medical therapy could improve the symptoms of the congestion, but should not be used to delay the surgery if it is feasible. Thank you for your attention.